Today we have the all-new 2020 Cadillac CT4-V series. Cadillac's V series is well known. It's the athletic model of the CT4 class. I'm going to show you the exterior, the interior, take a look under the hood, and go for a test drive. Let's get started. Now right off the bat, before I start this off, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Britain Chevrolet Cadillac in Greenville, Texas. If you're in the DFW area, please be sure to check them out. I'll put their information in the description below. They were super nice to let me take out this CT4. Now let's start right away under the hood. Now those of you that were expecting the ATS-V 3.6 liter twin turbo, you're going to be a little disappointed. But don't worry, this 2.7 liter single turbo is still quite potent. It's a direct injected turbo with 325 horsepower, 380 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission and mechanical limited slip differential. Obviously those power numbers are a lot less than the ATS-V, but this CT4-V is still pretty potent. This engine does a nice job. We'll take it for a test drive in a little bit and see just how well it does. And the miles per gallon, if you're curious, still not too bad for the power we get. 20 in the city, 29 on the highway, and it's available with rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Let's go ahead and check out that exhaust. Now as we take a look at the exterior details of the CT4-V, this is the top V series trim, of course, so we're going to look a little bit different. We still get LED headlights. It's those signature LED vertical lights that look great, and you can even get the optional front cornering lamps that we have right here. Check out my XT6 video if you want to see that at night. They do a very nice job of illuminating next to the vehicle. Overall, the design is a performance design in the front. You've got this aerodynamic dark mesh front end. The black Raven paint, which looks classy on this Cadillac, but also still aggressive with this CT4 styling. We have the 18-inch premium painted wheels that I think look great. Even Brembo brakes, got the red caliper. And then on the side of the body with black, we've got the black door handle, black body color, rocker molding, and even extensions on that. And this car is not actually that small. It's 187 inches, which isn't a large sedan, but it's certainly not a small vehicle. Plus, we have the magnetic ride control, performance suspension. We'll talk about how that is in the test drive. And then out back, this is where it definitely looks kind of like traditional Caddy, in my opinion. You still get the vertical taillights, although I wish the turn signal was an amber color. Just a small complaint, but you got LED tail lamps that are gray tinted, body color spoiler, and quad exhaust instead of the dual exhaust that you'll see on other trims. Now just a super quick look at the cargo area. Not the biggest deal with this CT4, but it's 10.7 cubic feet, fairly small, but really not that bad. It's actually decently spacious. There's no spare tire, but there is a little storage area underneath. Now as with any sporty car, you're going to want some front seats that hold you in place, and these definitely do that and some. So these front seats are sporty. They're bucket seats. They've got some really nice bolstering around them. They've got some nice contrast looking material on them as well. They're leather, 18-way adjustable 4-way lumbar. I'm really comfortable in here. I love the bolstering on here. You can even adjust how much they tighten and squeeze around you. It does feel a little bit tight in here because this is kind of like a cockpit type feeling car. It's definitely a little bit tighter. We've got this nice leather wrap steering wheel that is heated. This is an option, the heating. We have heated and ventilated seats, and we even have a massaging function for your lumbar. There's a little button that you can push, turn that on, a little circle button. Plus, you even have thigh extension adjustability as well, which is manual. Obviously, I haven't been able to spend a lot of time in here, but so far, these seats are great. Now, as we do a quick look at the interior, you've kind of got this nice material up on the upper panel. You've got a decent sized armrest. You've got automatic front windows, or one-touch front windows. This is also laminated glass. I like this nice door handle piece right here. You got your memory settings on the door as well. And my bottle fits, but it is kind of tight down there. Then when you look at the rest of the interior, one thing I'm really glad to see change is the key fob. Compared to some other Cadillacs or GM products, is that this is not softly coated, which my worry is the wear and tear on the soft coated material. This is just kind of your normal plastic up front, but you do still have some trim pieces, and it's a nice looking key fob. You got remote start as well. Now the steering wheel is fairly sporty as well. You kind of got some beefy grips up top. You've got a perforated section here, nice large paddles as well. You've even got your V mode, which I'll talk about in the test drive. One nice feature is rain sensing windshield wipers. And then right up above, you've got your information display. Got a physical gauge on the left, physical gauge on the right. I was maybe expecting a little bit fancier of a gauge cluster instead of the physical gauges, but I personally prefer. You still have this information display in the middle here. This one on our V series, you've got all the necessary trip computer type of information on here that you're used to. You can scroll over, you can see some audio, navigation, phone, just control your settings, and then you go all the way over to the V and you can see performance stuff like a G monitor, performance timer. So that's pretty cool, 0 to 60 timer, all that. So that's pretty neat that you even have that option. Another thing right up above is that head-up display. You can see we've got the actual tachometer on there right now, but you can delete it, you can change the information on there, move it around, so that's pretty cool as well. That's an optional feature. And then as we move over, we have an 8-inch touchscreen right here. It's kind of the tablet style facing up. Everything on here is smooth, it's responsive, it works well. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I've gone a little bit more in depth with the GM system, so I won't here, but you still get a home button, physical home button, that is touchscreen, volume knob, and then this knob. And then this knob, you can actually scroll through this stuff right here, which is a little bit different than it was in that XT6 that I showed you guys. Whereas you can actually use this to kind of scroll through stuff, but you can still like change stations and all that with this, the volume, seek, shortcuts for audio, nav, phone. So I like the shortcuts, and this is in a good spot. It's got nice material around it as well. You get dual zone climate control, really nice, simple layout from left to right, fan speed, all that. Seat controls, parking sensor, your lane keeping system as well, all in easy accessible areas. And then you've got a wireless charging mat right up here that is pretty good size and works as a little storage area. This little trim right here is kind of unique. It's kind of cool running across right here. You get like a special pendulum finish for the decor in here. And one thing I'd like to change is maybe some bigger bottle holders. These are kind of tight. They don't really have accommodation springs inside of them, so a little wider would be nice, but that's just a small complaint. My bottle still fits, although it's tight. You can change through your drive modes, track mode, sport mode, touring mode, and the V mode on the steering wheel. Brake hold as well. One thing to note on this system right here, first of all, if we go ahead and put it in reverse, you've got the backup camera. It's just your basic camera. We don't have the surround view monitor on here like we do on that CT5, but we do have the Bose premium audio, which is the 14 speaker system. It is loud, it sounds nice. It's maybe not quite as full sounding as some luxury type audio systems, but it's still a very nice system. One thing that's kind of cool to get your phone out of the way as well is you can just shove your phone in this little pocket right here. Lift that up. You've got a USB type C, and SD card in here. Got a 12 volt power outlet. You can even move this out, but you can feed some wires up through here, which is kind of cool. And then it's softly lined on the entire inside. And the armrest actually folds up like that, which can be a pro and a con. If you drive by yourself all the time, that's pretty cool. But if you have to kick your passenger's arm off, that's one thing. It's got this nice stitching on here as well. Up above, you'll get an automatic dimming rearview mirror. You've got garage controls, and then you get a standard size sunroof. And you can see that we have a dark headliner, dark pillars as well, which looks nice on this interior. Now, when you hop into the back seat of the CT4, you're going to see that they are sporty seats. It's definitely kind of a sporty design back here still. But if you go ahead and look in front of me, I definitely am crammed with space where I have this sitting. I have the seat down low, and I really don't have much space for my feet or for my knees. But this is a hardback, and you get a couple seat back pockets. You get AC vents, and you get a charging port. There's just no USB charging ports back here, which is a little surprising. But you still get a nice soft armrest with some actual cup holders back here. And then when I'm sitting up tall, my hair is touching on a bad hair day, but otherwise my head doesn't touch. It's just a little crammed back here, but these seats are still pretty nice and sporty. All right, y'all, we are on the test drive in the CT4-V series, so let's have some fun. Now, right off the bat, I want to let you know, since this is a dealership vehicle, this does have launch control, but I will not be doing that. This isn't going to be a crazy test drive because it is a dealership vehicle. And Britain Chevrolet Cadillac was certainly nice enough to let me take this out, but my first impression with the V Series is that it still feels fairly nimble. Now, I have not driven any predecessors to this, you know, the old V Series vehicles, but just off first impression, the steering has a really nice weight to it. It's very responsive, but it's not like laboriously heavy, and we're just in tour mode right now, so there's kind of your normal daily driving mode. We'll go through those modes in a little bit, the other modes, but the steering has a good weight without being laborious, but it's responsive, and so I really appreciate that. The pedal throttle response is pretty good as well. You've got a single turbo on this 2.7 liter, and I just put it in sport mode and it automatically kicked up those RPMs, and we've got a 10-speed transmission here, and we'll see just how well we do. Now, one thing on this road that I was just on, it's kind of a wavy, bumpy road, but this was not harsh at all. We didn't hit any really big bumps or anything, but it's still a pleasant ride so far off the bat. Now we are in sport mode. Let's go ahead and get that pedal down. And there you go. That transmission went through its gears fairly quickly. Certainly not lightning fast, but this car's got some nice boost. I'll tell you what, you can definitely feel the pull. It's nothing overwhelming, but it is definitely fun. And now real quick, I'm not going to talk about this much, but road noise. I just got on a rougher textured road, and this still seems to be fairly quiet. Now, I always talk about that in my long detailed reviews. This does have the laminated acoustic glass up front and on the windshield, so that alone will help, I'm sure, and quiet road surface. Now at a rolling start here, pedal down. There you go. Now, one thing to talk about there was definitely a little delay in that downshift too. So I would expect a little quicker downshift, but it did have to drop down quite a bit. Again, it's a fun car, I tell you what. Now, if you have some super like track type expectations, like blazing speed, perfect grip, it's probably not going to meet your expectations. But if you want a fun car that looks great, that's nimble enough and just got that kind of that swagger to it, this CT4 is pretty sweet. Now I'm gonna put it in V mode just on the steering wheel. That precisely makes this magnetic ride control suspension optimal without sacrificing anything. You don't sacrifice the comfort, but you still have that performance with handling. Now I apologize, I don't have really any like curvy roads to really go carve up, but like I told you, this steering feel is very good. We're still in V mode, but just a tad of information on the ride comfort, it is good. It's certainly, you know, a little bit on the stiffer side because this is V Series, but it doesn't feel like a super stiff, difficult type of car to maneuver. Once you definitely get those RPMs going up there, you get those pretty quick shifts. And even just through that slight gradual little slalom, it felt very precise with the steering wheel. Now let's go ahead and test out these paddle shifters. You just pull down a notch on here. Right now we're in 8th gear, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th. Get some early boost. Okay, so the paddles are quick. They're not super fast. It's not necessarily performance fast, I would say. So the transmission could certainly be a little quicker, but it's definitely still pleasing. I tell you what, this car is fun. I mean, it's just a small, nimble little car. It's really actually not as small as you think, but it kind of has that feel. It's not like a big burly type of feel. It just feels like a little, kind of like a small little sports car. Now in terms of daily driving the CT4-V, I can't really comment on that because I've had limited time in here. I've been very comfortable with these multiple adjustment seats. You can adjust the bolstering. It's got the heating, the cooling. This all is in a good spot. I wish the screen was not necessarily slanted up, but maybe a little more towards us. But using the control knob and stuff is fine. If you want to see more on this CT4-V, maybe I can get one for a week. I'd love to show you how the headlights work and all that. But overall, I think Cadillac did a pretty nice job in here. It's not the most high-end feel, but this is also the CT4. This is not the most high-end model that they have. And for the price point, you get pretty good performance for this price. Now the brakes, I have not slammed on the brakes, but those brakes are very on point. They're spot on. You've got Brembos here. And what do y'all think of that sound? Especially when it holds those RPMs. And that's with the V mode. You've got the touring, the sport, the track, snow and ice. You can customize your own mode. So if you want to have some fun, you definitely can in this car. And even though it's performance oriented, it's still fairly quiet in terms of like road and wind noise. Like I mentioned, the windows, which is always good. So if you're going to daily drive this is a great daily driver with some performance and some fun. And some luxury mixed in as well for being kind of the entry-level luxury sedan. Now to wrap things up on the CT4-V, of course it's not the ATS-V that some of you might have been hoping for or something with that type of power, but this is still a very well-balanced car with its ride and handling, the magnetic ride control, the features that you get inside as well. So you've got luxury and athleticism all around this price point, which is not that bad. And even if you don't go for the V series, you can still get those lower trims, the luxury, premium luxury, sport model, and get some fairly well-equipped vehicles with a 2-liter turbo with some decent power. Now, if I was gonna go for a CT4 or CT5, I'd probably go with the CT5. It's a little bit bigger, you get some extra space, a couple more high-end features. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks again to Britain Chevrolet for taking this out. Be sure to check out some of these other videos. I truly appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you've stuck around this long. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time.